never even heard of mukbang, and I was like, what? You could eat on camera and get paid? That isn't my goal right now, because I'm literally at, like, Jesus had more followers than me, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, this is legitimately probably 13,000 calories, but we're going for it. It seems so much smaller than it used to be. Even Alita is shook. Chicken cheese fry bowl. Yo, I gotta talk to you about my girl Maria's life. Alright? My girl. My homie. I don't even know this girl. I love her. How can you love someone you don't even know? This is so fatty. Maria, I am praying for you. I've never prayed so hard for somebody that I don't even know. Disclaimer. I don't know anything about anybody else's life, and I only try to focus on mine. However, when I watch other YouTubers, I only know what they're giving me, so obviously I don't know all the facts. I don't know their life. Everything that everybody else experiences is their business, but what they do share, which is my goal, can be relatable and uplifting and influencing for anybody else going through a similar thing, or somebody that you know going through a similar thing. So that's what I love about Maria's life. She's just authentic. She's just a real ass bee. She's fucking beautiful on the inside and out. She's just amazing. Again, only from what's presented, but what I see, I love. She's also Mexican American, so hey boo, represent, represent. She's just gorgeous and deserves all the best that life has to offer, like for real, for real. So, I actually found her only a few months ago. Now here's Pete. When I found her, when I discovered her, all the videos that she's ever made, I noticed, I mean, there's probably a lot that I haven't seen, that we haven't seen, but she's smart. I don't think she deletes anything, or she puts things on private. And then when she feels like it, I'm guessing when it's like relevant to whatever's going on in her life, she'll make things unprivate. So you'll catch glimpses of things here and there. So when I found her, I didn't know anything about her but what I was watching. And from what I gathered, she was going through the videos that she had up, which was her by herself, eating in her car, eating in her room. And she was venting just about her situation with her, I'll just say partner. And then some of the stuff she was spitting was just like, wow, girl. I was proud of her for being so open and vulnerable without giving like too much information, but it inspired the hell out of me. Like, this is the stuff we need to hear. This is the stuff that people can relate to, that are going through difficult breakups or divorces or relationships. Well, I don't know what happened, but then a few months later she took those videos off. It's like, okay girl, what's going on here? You know, something's up. I was just wondering, like, I'm like, I hope this girl's okay, you know? Well, my time range is really off all the time, but maybe like a month or two ago, maybe longer than that. Oh, that's a few months ago. The basis is, found her at the time where she was going through a divorce, or trying to. Takes those videos down. Then I see her again, and she posted like 2 videos with her now husband. I don't know if they're still together, but I was like, okay. They're trying to work it out. They were talking about it. I didn't watch too much of it because it's not my life, and people can do whatever they please, but from the outside looking in, I was like, no, girl. Like, but I understood, because she's been with this guy for a really long time and has a kid with him. I don't have a kid with anybody, but I was with somebody for a very long time, and I know how hard it is to let go, and I can't even imagine how difficult it is when you're sharing half of your DNA with somebody. I was like looking at all the comments, and they were very supportive. We were rooting for you, glad you're all back together, woo. For me, I was like, no. I mean, if whatever makes you happy, live your life. But I'm like, man, just some of the things that she was saying, and I'm not one to put somebody's business out there, so if you're curious, you can go back and look at her videos, unless you only see some things because she takes them off, puts them back. But at one point in the video, I had to stop watching because she was kind of like, yeah, I was petty, and I put some things out there, and I didn't need to do that. And I'm like, no, do not blame yourself for putting your shit out there for other women to hear that are going through the same thing, that need to get out of a situation like that. So, needless to say, I'm not the biggest fan of that guy, but I see why he's likable. Again, not my life, do what you want, whatever makes you happy, right? But I'm like, and then now, those videos are gone again. And her old videos that I had originally saw are back up. So I'm like, girl, I am praying for you. Whatever you're going through, I seriously hope you figure it out, whether you're with dude or not with dude, or, you know, she's a very strong, independent woman who has her own business. I'm going to definitely buy some of her chamois. Either way, we need more people out there like her who are just a freaking light. And you think, oh, that girl, that person's not going through anything because they look like this or they're like this. They have it all together. No, you don't know what other people are going through. So I was a little disappointed when I seen that, like, you know, they were trying to make it work. But again, I'm like, as long as she's happy, but now she took it down again, and I can only speculate. And I'm like, girl, I hope you figure it out. I hope you get through it. I am praying for you. I support you no matter what. Not that it matters, because who the fuck am I to you? Nobody. But I got your back no matter what. Everybody deserves the best. She definitely deserves the best. And hearing how she had been treated, I pray that this guy makes a 180 if they do work it out. But for me, from my personal experience, it is extremely, extremely, extremely difficult for a zebra to change their stripes, you know? But there's so much to it because you don't know what people are going through, how it affects their thoughts, their behaviors, their emotions. So I have no place to say. But my heart is like reaching out for this girl. I just hope that everything works out for her in the best way possible. And don't feel bad for putting your shit out there, throwing somebody in the bus when they did you wrong or treated you not so nicely, because us women especially need to hear this shit. So we're like, oh damn, even she goes through something like that. Doesn't matter what you look like, what you have, what you don't have. Everybody goes through some different ass experiences. So, I love you. I pray for you. I wish the best for you. I'm gonna buy your candies. I already had them in my cart. Yo. Who else I fucks with heavy? Heavy. And at first I was like, meh. But now I'm like, oh my god. Angelina Spicy? Dude. She makes food look so good. I didn't know that her daughters were her daughters. I thought it was like her roommate. Because her daughter looks young enough to be her friend, but like old enough to kind of be out on her own, even though you could tell she's in her teens, like she's 18 or 19. Angelina looks like she's not that old, and she's young enough to like, I thought they were roommates. And it wasn't until I was watching more videos that they were actually talking about they can talk to each other about anything. It's amazing. I only know that she's my age because in the Indian food, when she had talked about how she had gotten pregnant with Pac, aka Bentley, at 15. And since Pac Bentley is now 18, 19, we're pretty much the exact same age, and I'm mind blown. Like, I am mind blown that I could have had a full ass 18-year-old now. But I know that if I had, it would have been a relationship like theirs, and I think that's why they're so awesome, because they're just so laid back and low key and relatable. Alright, I love the way they eat sushi. I love the way they eat all food, but sushi and Indian food, bro, they make it look so good. And last but not least, certainly not least, Sweetie Snacker. I have no words, and all the words. I love her. And Bro, this girl's been through hell and back, and she's just doing the best she can. She has said herself that she's a troll. But I catch glimpses of her being genuine and real, and she's just out there and crazy. And when I really think about, like, what is crazy, right? Vulnerable and out there with her emotions, just giving it to you, even if you don't like it, even if it sounds crazy. Not only that, but she makes food look bomb. And I think I have a soft spot in my heart for her because she reminds me of my cousin and my aunt. She looks a lot like them. Like, she's beautiful. And I hate that she talks down upon herself and only talks about her weight, but I'm only here for the food. Like, talk about whatever you want. I'm still watching you. There's something about her that just, like, keeps you captivated. You keep coming back for more. But, girl, you know, you already know all it. You already know all this stuff. And I got put onto her way late. Now, let me go back and watch all these 690 something videos. Obsessed. Like, I don't want to be obsessed. Like, she reminds me of a Kardashian. I can't escape her. She's always in my face. I'm always gonna know what's going on with her. Do I want to? Not necessarily. But there's just something about her that just keeps you captivated. And she's there. And whether you like her or not. Let's not forget about the last person I mentioned, Punky, personal PB. She is a badass bee. She reminds me so much of Nicki Minaj, but she's not. She's just Punky. I just respect that she takes so much time and energy and effort into herself. And she just be like telling you how things are, and I love the way she talks, and she's from New York. And the way she eats, at first it used to make me so upset. I'm like, why are you eating like that? But I love the way she eats. She just doesn't care. She's just like, nom, 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 nom. I'm a smack, 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 and I love it. No. Those are my girls. I'd be very surprised if you're here watching this whole thing up to this point and you haven't heard of these people if you're in a mukbang. I actually started watching YouTube not until 2018. And I never even heard of mukbang, and I was like, what? You could eat on camera and get paid? That isn't my goal right now, because I'm literally at, like, Jesus had more followers than me, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay. We got our real ones. But I had started originally watching. Who's the first person I watched? Stephanie Soon, obviously. I love the way she would make food look. I don't really watch her anymore. I'm like, you're too famous for me now. But I'm glad everybody caught on. Veronica Wang. That's just... I have nothing to say. There's nothing I can say with that one. I don't know how I feel. I'm very indifferent. Again, I don't know these people, but I respect this person. Obviously, she's very successful in terms of what she does, and She's all about self-improvement. No one's perfect. The people I do choose to watch and surround myself with, for the most part, except Sweetie, she can be really deprecating. All uplifting and self-awareness and funny and just authentically themselves. We ain't here for the views and the subscribers, even though we kind of really are, but we're just doing our thing.